Hey everyone, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY I hope that you are having a wonderful day. On this video tutorial, this is take 2. We had a little internet disruption just a moment ago. On this video, I'm going to show you how to make some really cute tea towels for Valentine's Day. And we're going to dress them up with some ribbon. I'm going to talk about the whole process. We're going to be using some bright colors, which beautiful pink and black, but all the ideas that I'm doing you could do in a lot of different colors. So anyways, as you're hopping on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from, let me know if you have any questions along the way, feel free to sprinkle, all that normal jazz. So I'm going to show you real quick the 2 that I have started, then we're going to do one, and then we're going to finish this one up, okay? So this one I did from start to finish before I came live, and it has the cutest stencil on it. Oh my gosh, I love this stencil. It's about 50% dry. I haven't heat set it yet, but it says XOXO y'all. Isn't that cute? And then at the bottom, I used my fabric hot glue on my real hot glue gun and my little finger protectors, because I want to use these when I'm using a real hot temperature, and that fabric, the fabric glue for the hot temperature gun gets smoking hot. Anyways, so I applied this little band of ribbon along the bottom, and I think it turned out super cute. It just gives the project a little something extra. The other project that I got started, which we'll finish off, is this one. This is 2 layers of a stencil. Let me get it folded out so that you can see. It's the repeating pattern love, and over the top of it, and that's in the pink ink. Over the top of it is the tulip heart, which you guys, I love this stencil. I'm going to use both of these, but the tulip heart for a lot more than just Valentine's Day. So we're going to finish this off with some ribbon in just a little bit. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually make a tea towel. I'm going to take 1 second to put a link here. I'm off. I'm right here. Hang on just a moment. Put a link here. Oops. Put a link here. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. So sorry about that, but I want you to be able to look at the Valentine's Day stencils as we're going along. Okay, all done. Okay, so we are using these tea towels today. They're from Walmart. They're in the craft department. They're a pretty tight weave. They're pre-washed. It says they're 28 inches by 29 inches in cut size. They're great for printing and embroidery, and it's called 2-pack American flour sack towel. It was around $4 if I remember right, and you get 2. So each one is roughly $2. And I don't know if you're like me, you like to just sort of give little gifts here and there to people as you're seeing them. Well, this would be a super affordable, sweet, fun gift to give a friend. Your mom, your sister, your grandma, a teacher, you know, anything. Okay, so I'm going to open this up, and the first thing you want to do is figure out what is the front and what is the back. And obviously this is the back of the tea towel. You can see where it's been hemmed. So you want to make sure that you're stenciling on the front of the tea towel. And before I came live, I actually ironed just this bottom part of it that we're going to stencil, because I wanted to be able to do the ribbon trim, and it's hard to apply that one if it's all crumpled up. Okay, so I thought that we would do this one. This is called a Valentine's Subway. It's super cute, and we're going to pick out just a couple of words to do in pink, and the rest of it we'll do in black. So I'm thinking that we'll do these little hearts and this Be Mine in pink, the word love in pink, and maybe Hugs and Kisses in pink. I'm gonna see how it goes. See if I remember what I'm doing as I'm going along. Anytime you're gonna be using ink or stenciling on fabric, you always wanna protect your surface. So I'm putting 2 layers of paper towels underneath the area where I'm going to stencil, just so that I don't stencil my brand new desk. That would be very bad. I'm looking to see where the center is, and it's right there. And I think, actually, we should do, if my hot glue gun is hot yet, I don't know. We should do the trim first, the ribbon trim. Okay, so when you're using, this is a hot glue that's designed for fabric. This is my old, this hot glue gun is 15 years old. And I don't use it very much because I'm afraid I'm always gonna get burned with it. But it has the white special hot glue for fabric from Hobby Lobby. I cannot remember what the brand is in it. So that means that this can be washed and your ribbon isn't just gonna completely come off. Okay, so for the other one, I did this little narrow 3/8 inch ribbon. I think for this one, we're gonna use this little bit wider polka dot. They both came from Hobby Lobby. And I don't know if you're like me, but I only buy ribbon when it's on sale. So I'm gonna just clean up the end of this. Okay, and on the other one that we did, we put it directly on the very bottom hem of this, but on this one, I think we're gonna go up a little bit higher. So it's sitting right on that edge of the hem, okay? So I'm gonna just get started, see if my hot glue gun is hot enough. We'll get this on and then we'll move on to the stenciling and we'll be, highlighting some of the, oh yeah. I do have to be careful though because, oh shoot, because this is the only fabric glue stick that I have left. I need to get back over to Hobby Lobby and get some more. So I'm using my little finger protectors. And if you are just hopping on, we're making 3 tea towels. One of them is finished, but not completely dry. The other one is halfway finished, we'll finish it. And this one we're starting from scratch. And we're doing, I know I've been talking a lot about using more subtle colors, less bright colors for Valentine's Day, but I think that the complete opposite is true when you're talking about tea towels. Make them bright. Do whatever you want with them. They aren't gonna last more than a season or 2 anyways. And don't, I think tea towels are something that you should use. So don't hang on to them or save them, as something special. These are a utilitarian thing. So you can get bright with them. They don't need to stand the test of time, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bead here right along the edge. I'll hold this up in just a second and show you. I am so late coming today because we had our heating and air conditioning service today and they were late getting here and then it was taking a long time and I was trying to be the good wife because my husband had important stuff he was doing. So he couldn't be in charge of it, so it all fell on me and that's why I'm so late. And I've been itching to show you guys this project. It's super cute. Okay, I am going to take a little bit of this excess here and fold it over, but not quite that much. If you're looking at me and thinking, what in the world does Heidi have on her fingers? These are little finger protectors for when you're using hot glue, and they're from Dollar Tree. They're okay to work with. They feel a little weird, but I mean, not horrible. And the alternative of burning your fingers is not worth it. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue this last little part and then we'll flip it over and we will start the stencil. And I'll remove my finger protectors because I don't need them for that. Okay, I'm gonna move the glue gun over here. Okay, so I think anytime you're gonna do a tea towel, why not just take it up a little notch and make it just a little bit more special? And when you use ribbon as a trim and you use a glue that can be washed, these are just so much cuter. So I'm gonna flip it around again. Let's figure out where is our center. I think it's right here. Yep. And I'm laying it on the paper towel so that I don't stencil my new desk. Because these flour sack towels are, they're not a super duper tight weave and the ink is going to go through. And so I want it to land on the paper towels and not this. I'm just trying to brush away the glue strings and the little fuzzy mabobs. Okay, so we're gonna be using this Valentine Subway. As always, before I am gonna pull it off, I labeled the back of it so I know which side to put it back on. Isn't this cute? You guys, and this is one of those stencils where you can use just part of it. Like if you want hugs and kisses, you could do something with just that part of it. Or if you just want this little Cupid, isn't that cute? You could do just part of that, or you could do a band of these hearts. So that's why I love these. They're called Subway stencils because they're like a Subway tile, I guess. And we're gonna do the whole thing, but we're going to, I wanna make sure I'm centered here, but we're going to do pink for a couple pieces of it. Okay, I think that's roughly where I want it. So I had another fun, quick outing to my local Goodwill this morning. And we are going to look at vehicles for our son in a little while. But when I get back, if it's not too late, I will go live and show you guys what I got. And I'll also show you the baskets, the 2 Longaberger baskets that I got over the weekend at my Goodwill that I had to rescue and bring home with me. Okay, so it's stuck on here. These green stencils, in case you've not used them before, they are sticky, sticky, sticky. So if you're gonna use them on fabric, you don't need to fuzz them. But if you're using them on anything else, you need to fuzz them with either the green fuzzing towel that Magnolia has, or a shirt or a pair of jeans, something that's not gonna have a ton of lint or fibers on it. And that makes it so it's easier to get it up, so you don't stretch your stencil when you're trying to remove it. And it's necessary with the green stencils, so you definitely wanna do that. Okay, and we're using this, what is this called? Ballet Slipper Pink Ink, where am I? And the black ink. Okay, move this closer and push all these stencils back and out of the way. I think I want you guys to come a little closer too, so let me do that real quickly. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. All right, so I need some squeegees. And this is what they look like. They're just your basic Magnolia squeegees. These are like $2.50. And if you're gonna stencil anything using Magnolia chalk or ink, I definitely recommend them. Okay, so just so you know, my tea towel is not folded over on top of itself, because if it was, then the ink would go through this front and it would be on the inside of the back. So make sure that you don't do that. And I'm going to do the pink first because I know I'll forget. I don't do the pink first. Okay, so I think we're gonna do Be Mine, Love, and Hugs and Kisses first. And I am just laying my ink down with my little squeegee, and I'm pushing it through the holes on the stencil. This is super easy. Like anything else though, it takes a little practice, I mean, to feel comfortable with it. I remember, you know, the first time I did anything really that requires some concentration, it was kind of difficult the first time. And I get people asking me quite often why their projects aren't turning out as great as something they see another person do. And I'm like, well, it's probably just that you need a little more practice. So don't be too hard on yourself. I messed up my first one. I'll show you my boo-boo when I get to the very end of this. I messed it up and it's okay. It's just gonna be used to wash dirty dishes, so it's not like, now if it was a gift, I would definitely want it to be better. But this is for my house, and before long, my husband, I've told this story many times, before long, my husband will be cleaning the coffee maker out using my darling tea towels. So they don't last very long here. And if it has a little boo-boo on it, I don't care. Okay. And I will hold this up so that you guys can see. Okay. I have all of that. Okay, and let's do Hugs and Kisses. Let me think. Yeah. I love working with the Magnolia ink on fabric. It's so nice. It's thick, it's easy to apply. They have a lot of great colors too. Yeah, so it's just really nice to work with. And once I get all the main parts covered, I am just gonna lift up. I'm gonna scrape off the places where it's thick blobs, okay? So let's put our lid back on this Ballet Pink colored ink from Magnolia. And I did pin, I think I did, could somebody tell me if you can see my link that I pinned at the bottom of the page? I hope I didn't pin somebody else's, which is entirely possible. Let me see on my iPad. It is entirely possible that I pinned the wrong. I think I may have. So let me try one more time real quick. Oh, darn. You know what, when I'm all finished, if I didn't do it right, technology was not my major in college, then I'll sprinkle some of the links throughout the comments. And if you want a link to look at any of the Valentine's Day stuff or anything else over at Magnolia, just let me know and I'll get that for you. Okay, so I have a big blob of black here, and I'm going to be super careful. Oops, I already got it in my pink, dang it. But I am going to be careful that I don't go outside of the edges if possible. It's always happens to me when I'm talking about staying in the lines that I always end up going out of them. Why is that? Okay, and let me tell you guys something important. When you use ink with your Magnolia stencils, they are going to stain. I want to remember as soon as I pull this up to show you some examples. It just makes the stencil look ugly. It does not affect the usability of your stencil. But like anything else, you want to wash your stencils. You want to get the medium out of them as soon as you're finished stenciling. So since I'm live, I won't run to my kitchen sink while you're waiting. I'll throw them in a little tub of water that I have off to the side of the camera and let them soak face down in the water until I can take them into the kitchen and spray them off and then air dry them with the sticky side up on my counter. Oh, darn! Shoot, I just made another boo-boo. Dang. Oh well. I'm not gonna sweat it. I have the hardest time coloring in the lines. Why is that? And you want to resist the urge to keep going over and over and over, because then you risk what I just did, which is getting it, you know, in an area that you didn't want it, or applying too much ink. So let me tell you about heat setting. So after this is thoroughly dry, what I will do is I will use my iron, just my regular old iron, on cotton. And I will iron over and over and over it with something in between, like either another one of these thin tea towels or some parchment paper or something, so that the iron is not directly on this. And then it's heat set. That's all there is to it. And then the first few times you wash it, don't like put it on a super long cycle on hot. Okay, look at my fingers. I need to do something before I touch it. I am such a messy crafter. I'm not super messy with other things in my life, but for some reason with crafts, I am like the most messy crafter I know. And I don't want to get any of this black on my white tea towels. So I'm going to use one more. Just to make sure. And I did do a couple of goofs here, darn it. So, oh well. I'm going to try to grab a corner. Let's try up here. My fingernail. And start pulling it up. You want to pull your stencils off going either straight down or straight to the side if possible, because that prevents you from stretching your stencils. Oh, this is cute, even with the boo-boos. Yes, it's cute, even with the boo-boos. I'll show them to you in just a second. Throw this in my tub. And get my fingers cleaned up again. Before I pick it up. Okay, so this is when the, having the little ribbon across the bottom as an eye distractor is gonna be really good. Because I did make a few little boo-boos. And if I had been using all dark colors, they wouldn't show up so quick, but the bottom of the L in love has a little bit of dark on it. The bottom of the G in hugs has a little bit of a dark on it, and I see that I got a smudge below lovebirds. But, oh, and I got some up here on Be Mine, but it's still super cute, don't you think? So I'm gonna set it over here because I don't want to touch it and mess it up. And I'm gonna get this one out. We're gonna move this because this has ink on it. We'll put this off to the side. I don't want to get more on my hands. Okay, and so this is the one that I made before I came live. I did that. My dog is all styled and clean and has had her fingernails done. It's Mia, and she desperately needed it. Okay, so I used the pink, that love, love, love repeating stencil, which is right here. Let's see if I can pull this out. I did that first, love this one. And then I used the tulip after it was pretty much dry. Then I used the tulip and I did black ink. And so it's pretty much dry. And what I thought we would do is we would just add some decoration to it. And where are my finger pieces? Here they are. So I'm going to put them on, and we're going to, you know what we're going to do for this one? We're going to make a little bow to put in the center, and then off camera I'll do the bottom of it. So let me think, do I need, how big of a bow do I want it to have? Pretty big. I'm just looking at the scale. Yeah, I can always make that smaller. So to make a bow, you're gonna make something that looks like this breast cancer awareness shape. I need my scissors. That's the first thing you do. Don't worry about the tails. You can cut those shorter whenever you want, okay? So here is my breast cancer symbol, whatever you call that. And I'm going to just put a little blob of glue underneath the two layers to hold it together. Okay, so this is what we have. Then, I need this to dry a little bit. Ooh, it's still hot. Then I'm gonna flip it upside down, and I'm just gonna pull the center of this down and glue it right on the exact same spot. Whoops, there goes my paper plate. Okay, and here's my little bow. And let's put that on the center of our little tulip wreath, like right here. And then off camera, I will do the a row of ribbon at the very bottom, and I'll trim up the ends so it's nice and neat. But look at what we have. Isn't that cute? I just think adding some ribbon with a fabric glue that will stay just adds so much to a project. So that is pretty much what I wanted to show you. Here's the first one that we did in case you're joining me late. You can always watch on replay. This is the cutest stencil. It says, XOXO y'all. And then I did a little band of that ribbon right on the very bottom where the hem of the tea towel is. The other one's still wet, so I'm not gonna pick it up right now. Anyways, hope that you guys liked these easy projects. They really are super easy. Oh gosh, and thank you guys for the the stars. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, let me know. I guess I wasn't able to put my link on there properly, so I will go back and drop it a couple ways through the comments so that you can find it easily, or just let me know that you want a link to the Valentines or the ink, and I'll get that for you. And anyways, I will get pictures of the projects, post those here in the comments and also on DiyDreaming. I have lots of great things coming up this week. So if you want pancakes, in other words, you want to see more of my projects, do a this, or say something in the comments, and make sure that you've liked and followed DiyDreaming. All right, thank you guys for watching. Now I must run to rescue Mia from the groomer. She was about the shaggiest I've ever had her be. Oh my gosh. So I told the groomer that they could do absolutely whatever they thought was necessary, and it'll be interesting to see. Anyways, you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for joining me. I'll get you pictures, and if you'll just hang on 2 seconds, I'll drop some links, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Or possibly later tonight to show you what I found at Goodwill.